আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আজ আমি আপনাদের সামনে কিছু কথা তুলে ধরব। যিনি আফ্রিকার একজন প্রেসিডেন্ট ইব্রাহিম ট্রাওরে, আল্লাহ তাকে হায়াত রাখুক। তিনি মুসলিম অমুসলিম সবাইকে একটি কথা বলে দাঁড়িয়েছেন। এটি দেখানোর চেষ্টা করবো, আপনাদের সামনে তুলে ধরার চেষ্টা করব ইনশাআল্লাহ। তার কথাগুলো শোনেন। আমার হৃদয়কে মারিয়ে দিয়েছে তার কথাগুলো।
Hi everyone, I was born in Burkina Faso, a place they call forgotten until we bled loud enough to be noticed. A place that knows war, that knows hunger, that knows what it means to bury your children before they ever learn to write their names. But this is not a story about Africa alone. This is about humanity. And right now, humanity is burning. I've watched the news. I've seen the bombs drop in Iran and Israel. I've heard the screams of mothers, Hebrew and Persian, and they sound exactly like the screams in Burkina Faso. Different languages, same pain. And I ask myself, how many more must die before we realize we are not enemies? How many cities must crumble before we see that when one child dies in Israel, when one child dies in Iran, the whole world loses a future it can never get back? I have come here not as a president, not as a soldier, but as a son of Africa, as a brother to Iran, as a brother to Israel, and as a father who doesn't want his child to grow up in a world that teaches hate like it teaches the alphabet. I am calling on ECOWAS not to wage war, but to wage peace, to step beyond sanctions and politics, and stretch a hand out to those whose hands are too bloodied to reach back on their own. We will help you rebuild. Every school that crumbled, we will raise again. Every hospital that turned into rubble, we will restore. Every mosque and synagogue that echoed with cries instead of prayers, we will return them to light. Not because we are rich, not because we are perfect, but because we know what it's like to be forgotten, and we refuse to forget you. To the people of Iran, your pain is not invisible. To the people of Israel, your fear is not ignored. You do not need to choose between vengeance and survival. You can choose peace. I am ready to meet with your leaders. I am ready to sit in a room with both sides, not to decide who was right, but to decide how we move forward. Because war doesn't make winners. It only makes widows. And I am tired of writing the names of dead children on broken stones. I want a day where Iranian children and Israeli children play football together, and the only thing they fight over is the score, where Burkina Faso sends not soldiers, but engineers, where we don't trade weapons, but wisdom. So I stand here today, in the land of America's dreams, to speak not to the judges, but to the world. I am not asking for applause. I am asking for ears, for hearts, for action. If peace must have a voice, then let it be mine. If unity must begin with one hand, then let it be mine. If healing must have a name, then let it begin tonight. My name is Captain Ibrahim Traore, and I refuse to let the world burn any longer. Thank you.